Well, hello everybody and welcome to Ask the Expert episode 5. I cannot believe it's been 5 episodes already. We launched these Ask the Expert interview series in May when I launched my online vocal academy monthly membership program, and it's been so much fun having all these wonderful guests on to share their expertise and their insight with all of us and also with our Inner Circle monthly membership members. And welcome to all of you. If you're in Hong Kong, I mean, goodness, the weather, it is crazy. You may very well hear some thundering as we are doing this interview process because it is black rain here where we are in Hong Kong. So wherever you are, I hope you are safe. I hope you are dry and that all is well. And as you are arriving here, I'm just going to give a few minutes for people to arrive. Let me know that you're here. Let me know how you're doing. Pop in a message. Give us a little comment so we know you're here. Tonight is a conversation. I would love to invite you to take part. And what better time when it's on a rainy day to talk about something that all of us love, which is music. Specifically for me, it's singing and performing. So we're going to be really talking about that today. So if you're here, be sure to say hello. Hello. Hi, Angela. Lovely to see you here. So wonderful. And a quick reminder, if for our Inner Circle members, remember there is a part 2. There's a bonus private session specifically for Inner Circle monthly members to join in for you to ask your personal questions with our guest tonight. So don't forget to stay tuned for that. So stick around for after this interview. We're going to jump on Zoom to have our bonus private Inner Circle member section. All right. So before I bring on our guest today, this episode of Ask the Expert is brought to you by the Online Vocal Academy. The Online Vocal Academy is designed for busy people. It's designed for busy people who love to sing. It's designed for you to reignite your passion for singing so that you can experience more self-confidence, more joy, and connection with others through music. So what we do right now is we run a monthly membership program called the Inner Circle, which we launched back in May, and it's been such an incredible experience so far. I'm so proud to have students from all around the world in the Inner Circle who are sharing their journey of vocal discovery with us and with each other, and it's been an absolutely amazing journey so far. If you'd like more information about it, do check out onlinevocalacademy.com to learn all about it. And you can, when you visit that website, you also can click on the link to access a free vocal assessment quiz that will give you a customized vocal assessment plan, as well as a free guided vocal exercise routine, which I've created specifically for you. So do check that out, onlinevocalacademy.com. All right, so for my guest today, I'm super thrilled to have an incredibly talented musician, performer, songwriter, all around super talented individual who I have admired for a long time already. So my guest tonight is Chris Polanco. Chris is a well-known and highly respected artist originally from the Dominican Republic who's made Hong Kong his home base for the past 20 years. Yeah, exactly, 2 decades, which is crazy. He's also the founder of the Azucar Latina Band and Ensemble, and he's one of the Asia's leading percussionists. Chris has worked with many of the biggest names in the Hong Kong pop scene in Taiwan, including Eason Chan, Joey Young, Coco Lee, Aylin, Andy Lau, Sandy Lam. The list goes on and on and on. Chris is celebrated for his unique ability to infuse his Latin rhythms and arrangement into Cantonese and Mandarin pop music. So without further ado, I'd love to welcome our guest, Mr. Chris Polanco. Hello. How are you doing?
Hello, Crystal. Hello, everybody.
Thank you so much for being here live with us today. And how are you feeling these days? Where are you in Hong Kong right now? Are you in another location?
Yes, I'm in Hong Kong, but I'm not at home in the moment. I'm in a hotel room, as you can see. Yeah, I'm in a deep project this week, so I need to stay here, practically in jail.
And you're doing a music project right now, is that right?
Correct. That's correct. Yes, a music design project.
Oh, what does that mean? What is a music design project? Are you creating music for a particular product or?
I should say music and sound design, which is to sort of effects and music related to a soundtrack of a movie or a short film or that things of that nature. Yeah.
Oh, how exciting. Awesome. And how and so
Yes.
okay, so you're in you're not at home, but it looks very comfortable where you are right now. So, and thank
It
you
is
so
in
much.
fact. They
Thank you so
take
much
care
for
of
carving
me.
out. Yes. Thank you so much for carving out this time to share your expertise and stories with all of us today.
My pleasure.
All right. So, first of all, I would love to know. So, I know that originally you are from the Dominican Republic, but you've lived in Hong Kong for many, many years. So, I'd love to know what was it like growing up in the Dominican Republic, and when it comes to music, was that always something that you knew you wanted to do from a young age?
Yeah, growing up in Dominican was a very lovely childhood, I might say. My parents, lovely family, very loving, uh, very peaceful, kind people, and I think that's a plus in my growing up. But yes, I found out music. I found out that I love music since I was a very young kid. I was excited when I went. I used to go to the church and see those musicians performing, and I always got excited. And I knew I wanted to be part of it. I knew it. So that got me. I was planning to be a baseball player, and in the end, I went to be a computer programmer in the university. But in the end, I chose what my passion is for music. Yeah, and growing up in Dominican Republic, like you said, music is a very big part of the culture. So it's actually, fairly speaking, it's very easy for you to be loving music and to want it to be a musician. I might say. Yeah.
Who were some of your biggest influences as a child for your music for when you were younger? Who were some of your biggest influences?
If I say you guys might not might not know them, but well, you might know one of them, which is Julio Iglesias,
Of
which is a
course.
very yeah. The rest of them, they are local musicians and local artists. When I say local, I don't mean only Dominican Republic, but Latin America in general. A lot of singers and musicians from Mexico. Like there's a singer called Christian Castro. There is one singer called Luis Fonsi. Luis Fonsi has been a very famous singer many years, like for many years, like for over 20 years. But he was the singer at the song Despacito.
Yeah, I know
But
that one. Yeah.
he's actually a pop star, like a huge influence in my singing. Another guy is percussion wise was Giovanni Hidalgo from Puerto Rico. He's a legend, a living legend. Influenced me a lot for me to be able to express all my feelings through the percussion. And some composers and authors from Latin America, but all of them sounds funny, but in different styles of music. Not only Latin music as the people know here, which is salsa and ding 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 ding, ding, but Latin music in general, like slow bolero songs or
Oh, I love
rumba.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. I love how you talked about you went away from music for a while because you wanted to be a baseball player, which I never knew, and you wanted to be computer science, and then somehow you had a calling for music. And I relate to that so much because my path was a little bit like that too. I grew up with music; it's part of my culture, part of my family, as you know, my parents. But
Yeah.
I did make a departure from music for a few years. But then there was something about it that called me back, and it's just if it's in you, it's in you, right? So
We
I
need you.
totally.
We need you.
So I'd love to know, you grew up in Dominican Republic. I just get that vibe already of what your childhood must have been like with all this music and color and great sounds. But what led you to Hong Kong, and when you arrived here? You said 2 decades ago. What were some of the challenges that you faced as a musician when you first arrived?
Wow. I guess the most difficult challenge was the language because when I came here, I could only speak Spanish, so I could only say few words in English, like hello,
Oh
the
my.
table. the table, the door, those things, in my own accent. But I couldn't say things. I couldn't make a sentence. I couldn't communicate with people. So I had to adjust a little bit with that. And then a second thing was a little shocking was the distance that the people have here. It took me a while to analyze that because in Latin America, in my country, I can say everybody's close, it's warm, everybody's is hugging. I don't mind if I know you or not. We say hello with the same happiness that you say hello to an old friend or a family member. So it took me a while to be like, oh, yeah, far. Or it also took me a while not to be self-protective. Why? Because in Latin America, as you know, we have we have a lot of crimes
Okay.
sometimes. So,
Yeah.
so like me, I was always like that, right? It took me a while to be. Oh, you can relax. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's interesting. Even though Hong Kong is such a condensed place, people definitely uh, are distanced. I totally know what you mean when you say that. It
yeah.
takes a little bit of
I,
time
I
to
got
for
to
people to
understand
warm
that
up.
because
Yeah,
I saw that everybody is trying to always to be better, to improve, to make the place better, to make their household better, to make the name of Hong Kong better. So I know people here work hard and they that's one of the priorities. While in
yeah,
Latin America, maybe we put the same level as priority to be better is to be happy as well. So that's why it took me a while, but I understood. It took me a while, but I understood, and I loved it, and I adapted to it. 20 years,
well, we're
and
so glad that you stuck around and you stayed here. So I know that in your career you've worked with. I mentioned before you've worked with some of the biggest names in Asian pop scene. We talked about Eason Chan, Joey Young, Coco Lee, A Lin, Andy Lau, Sandy Lau. I mean, like literally Jackie Chung. The list goes on. And I know also that you've been on many concert tours that have taken you around the world, and I'm sure you have many memorable moments from your experiences. And I was wondering if you could share with us some of your most memorable stories of what life was like on tour and any of the tours that you were on before.
there's so many. How long do we have here?
One of the most memorable, one of the most memorable. I'm sure there are many.
Wow, I've got a few that I will never be able to take them out of my priority when I need to remember something. I might mention like one of them is very first show I did with Eason Chan in Hong Kong with a duo band. It was called Duo, the concert. The first time I came out of the backstage to come out on the stage, it was until now I don't know how to express a word to describe that. It was a very intense thing, a very passionate, a lot of love, a little bit of nervousness, but not the kind of. It was like excitement to the purest level. Uh, another moment that I will say like was when I had a chance in one of my touring sessions with Eason. We visited. We performed at the Madison Square Garden
Oh
in New York.
my. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Amazing.
And what happened there was memorable. Like it was, I think nothing compares to that moment. I was able to bring my mom in to the show. I mean, we got tickets for her, and she saw me performing at the Madison Square Garden. And not only that, Issa knew that my mom was there. And in one part of the concert, the encore part, he before he started the last song, he mentioned that. He said, "Oh, we have Chris Polanco's mother in the audience," and
Oh
the
man.
spotlight went to her, and I mean, like, I became a little kid, "Mom, mom," and she was crying and all that, and I don't know how they planned it, but I mean, he knew that she was there, but I didn't expect that at all, and the spotlight was ready to put her on, on the spot, and then
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's one of the most memorable moments. A third one that I have to mention is
Yes,
I
please.
wrote a song for Eason, for Eason Chan. It's called Tequila, Long Xik Lang, I think. And then we did a concert with him last year, a year ago, around a year ago. The first time that song was performed live, I cried on the stage. I didn't burst into tears, but I was like, like when I heard the song for the first time, because it's a creation that I saw him singing in my mind, and when he did it finally, and I was part of it on the stage. Yeah. Sorry, I have so many moments.
That is amazing. It's almost like you're describing a child being born, but it is, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's exactly that. Yeah,
Yes.
because it's a creation from zero, and then became something, and it became a song that I liked. One of my good friends and good. Easton is a good friend and a good performer, good singer, and I had the honor for him to sing that song, and singing on the stage for the first time when I was there. It was amazing.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And so did you write that song specifically for Eason Chan?
Yes. After we finished the tour with duo band, Eason, he got very connected with the band. So we didn't become just a band for a show. We remained friends from the 2010, the first time we met. We still have a chat group, and we still talk, and we still mention things, and we still joke about old jokes, and we still laugh about stupid things. And he decided that he wanted all of us to make a song out of that concert for him, to make a CD called Love, L.O.V.E. And all of us, because the band was a very talented band, all of them are producers, all of us had the chance to produce a song for him. So he requested from us if we can do it. So I did the song, specifically for that purpose.
Oh, wow. And did you feel a bit pressured to when you knew that was going to happen? He asked you specifically for a song?
We never saw this process as a normal process, because all of us became very good friends and crazy dudes together with him. We are not a normal band. Whoever knows duo band, if anybody's watching now and they can mention something about duo band, we are crazy guys. We all over the place. And Eason even booked one studio in Guangzhou. It was called Village Studios from Haynes, the singer.
Oh yes,
right?
yes.
And he booked a place for us to stay there 3 days, sleeping there, eating there, writing songs there.
Wow.
And so we didn't see the process to we need to write a song. It's gonna be good. We just suddenly started writing things. And my story of that song is ridiculous. I mean, you would not. I mean, I don't know if we have time.
No, please let us know. I mean, this is whole part of the whole theme tonight is storytelling through music, and how every song has a story. So yeah, please share with us.
Okay, there you go. The song was the music director, Carl Wong. He was asking me, okay, so can you send me a demo? So I had a few demos already written. I'm always writing songs. So one of my demos, I sent it to him. It was like a slow song, sort of bolero Latin stuff. And he said, yeah, I like it, but I don't want you to sound so Latin. Everybody know that you're a Latin guy. Everybody know the talent you have in Latin. I want you to show the people that you can also do something else. So I sent him a rock song. And then he said to me, it's good, but it doesn't sound like your feelings. And I'm like, wow, but those guys have been in the business forever. They know what they want, So the third demo was that time when Eason booked the place in Guangzhou. We went to, we're supposed to be leaving, let's say Monday. And then I on Friday, I went to get my visa for China. And on Saturday, I went to my studio as usual, writing and playing the drums and stuff. And then on Sunday night, when I was packing my clothes and everything, I was like, oh, where's my passport? I lost my passport.
No.
So I went looking for everywhere. And we're leaving on Friday morning. So on Sunday night, my God, yeah. We I mean, I called them, guys, I really don't have my passport with me. I will try to find it. If I don't find it tomorrow, I'll have to, to go to the police and declare the whole thing. And it was a very sad moment because they left on Monday without me.
Oh
Yes, we were supposed to be there. I'm just saying 3 days. I don't remember the exact days, but let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. And then they left, and then I stayed at home. I was very sad. The day after, I went looking for my passport again. I couldn't find it. And then I was, as usual, when I switched the things in my studio, the computer and the keyboard and all that, I remember I was drinking red wine, and I was like very sad, and everybody's enjoying there, but me. So I started writing. I started playing the piano. Every time I I turn on the instruments. I warm up with whatever idea came to my mind, and I started doing something. And I'm like, okay. So I pressed undo, and then somebody was next to me and said, "Well, that melody was very nice. It's very beautiful." And I go like, I was not even playing anything, I was just playing whatever came to my mind in that moment because I just switched on the instruments. And she goes, "No, but this music is very nice. It has a good feeling on it." So I redo, and I
Good
kept
thing with
them.
the redo button.
Thank God for that,
Yeah.
because I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did really. And then that is the song.
Amazing.
That is the song that I finished the song. Sorry, you wanted to say something?
No, I was just going to say that is amazing because that is the best kind of creation, though, right? Because you could not have planned that. The story that you're
No.
telling right now is there's no way you could have planned losing your
No.
passport, not going to this thing, and feeling like you're sad, and then just like, I'm just gonna play around. And that's when the creativity came out, and that is what I'm like, oh my God, that's an amazing story behind that song. We would never have known, right?
Yes, and for that person to be next to me in that moment, to be the promoter of that, to say, no, yeah, you actually it's good. It was like a meant to be thing. So guess what happened after? What happens after? So when I was doing I recorded the piano, I recorded the guitar, I did the bass. So I went to the drum room to do the drums. Guess what I found under the kick drum?
On your passport.
It was just because I was using the drums the day after I got the visa, so I never realized that maybe I might put it on top of the kick, and maybe when I was kicking, the passport just fell off or something like that. So I called them right away. I sent a message to the group, guys, I found my passport, and then I sent a photo to them and everything. So they go, yeah, come the next day then. So in the morning on the Wednesday, I bought the ticket online, like the first one, like 7 a.m. or something. But I missed it. I missed the train again.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I missed the train, and then I got to the other train, and finally I made it. And then I arrived there, and I showed the song to the music director, and he was, yes, that's the song we want.
I love it. I love that. And that's the thing, right, with music.
No plans, nothing.
Is that
yes.
Exactly. And that's where sometimes creativity comes when you least expect it, right? So it just
Correct.
And sometimes when you're chasing something, or when you're trying too hard, sometimes you get in your own way and you're actually blocking your creativity.
Correct. Creativity is naturally born. You cannot call it. It arrives to you.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. Oh, well, thank you for sharing that story. And I'd love to know, you talked about earlier about, ESAN and working with these, with different wonderful performers, and you've performed in front of stadiums, probably tens and thousands of people that you performed in front of your whole life. So I'd love to know, what do you think? What is, in your opinion, the difference between a good singer and a great singer? I mean, you touched on a little bit of creativity and those things like that, but I'd love to know what captivates you when you watch a live performance.
Well, I'm a performer as well, so I will take it from my point of view of how I think when I perform and what I became as a performer is because I was influenced by others, I believe. So the influence from those people that I like as personal taste, I think if I concentrate everything in one point would be honesty, because I think you have to be honest of what you're doing. Let me break that down in pieces. I mean, there are some occasions that you will be having a toothache or fever or something, and you still need to perform. Those are exceptions that you still need to deliver the thing, even you will. If you're honest, you'll be like, "Oh, painful, I cannot sing." But that's another thing. But when I say honesty, I mean you have to be feeling what you're doing. I don't, I mean, you have to have techniques. You have to learn. You have to keep learning every day, because the more you learn, the other side will come as gravity. You keep improving, you keep improving. But if you are not feeling with that improvement, technically, the honesty will not reflect on your performance. So I always tell my friends, my students, my whoever I can advise, you need to be improving every day. You need to search for help to improve and get influenced by others. But at the same time, you have to love what you're doing. You have to, personally, you have to, I mean, it's the same in every art. For example, for you to draw something, nobody can force you to draw it. You have to feel what you're doing. So, but of course, those persons also look for help and influenced by other people to be doing that. But honesty for me is in singers. I don't search for how many notes, how many runnings you can do. If you are not honest, give me one note. If that note means something when you sing it, you're a great singer.
I love that. That is the one of the best definitions I've that's thank you so much for sharing that. And it's so true. I often tell students, we've been teaching for a long time, and I always tell students, look, learning to sing is not just about hitting notes, hitting your octaves or whatever, or doing the
Yeah.
crazy runs. It's not about that, right? It's about understanding your instrument. It's about connecting with yourself, and it's about understanding that you have choices, you have freedom in how you want to express yourself. And it's about learning these tools so that you can be expressive, so that you can make different choices and tell your story. So everything you're saying, I love that. I totally resonate with that honesty. So important.
And just for not to make people misunderstanding my message, it doesn't mean you cannot go and do those notes or do the things that you want and the octave that you want. If you're honest about it, go ahead and do it. How do you do it? Because like I said, you need to look for help. You need to keep improving. You need to get, teachers to guide you. You need to have people that know how to break things down so they can explain to you, so you can organize those ideas. And with your talent, you can then be honest and do it. So I'm not saying that if you want to do 15 runs in a song, it's actually great if you feel honest about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So speaking of music and passion and feeling music and loving what you're doing, there are actually a lot of people in Hong Kong and all over the world really who enjoy music. But you talked about people get busy, right? People get busy. They're focused on work and things like that. And sometimes some of our students will say, I really love music. I want to do more, but they don't consciously make time for it because they're too busy, or perhaps they think that music is just something that won't really benefit their lives. It's just something that is enjoyable, but it won't really benefit them. But I'd love to know, what do you think it's important for people to have music in their lives? And if so, why? Why do you think it's important to have music?
Yes, big yes.
I thought you would say that.
Music is like blood, you need to have music in you. And trust me, nobody has ever died by like a music overdose.
I
It
love
doesn't
that.
happen.
That is true.
Yeah. You can listen to music when you're sick, when you're happy, when you're sad, I mean, like, if you're in any moment in your life, music can be the tool of light for you. Trust me on that. If you haven't experienced that, give it a try. Yes,
Yes.
it is. Important.
So important. I love that you said that. No one's ever died of a music overdose, but people have died from being workaholics.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Correct.
I mean, I mean, let's look at it that way too. And
And
absolutely.
guess what? And guess what? When you work doing music, you don't feel like it's working. So you're on the right, the right path.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. All right. So I'd love to know, before we wrap up here today, I have one more question for you, which
Okay.
is, you have such a positive energy and you positive vibe every single time that I've met you, every single time that I've seen you on stage. You just exude this happiness and positivity. In today's climate, it is challenging sometimes to maintain that, to stay positive. And I'd love to know, what advice do you have? How are you able to maintain this constant positive energy even during the most challenging times?
Do you? Well, you know me for. Do you know what my slogan is? Like, what's my motto?
I saw it on your biography.
Life is awesome.
Life is awesome. Yes.
Yes, and this is actually the simplest question that you asked me. I mean, in this whole interview, appreciation and gratitude. Once you have appreciation, everything will have a different meaning. Everything will have an extra value in your life. No matter how good in material it is, no matter how good in technology it is, no matter how these old friends that I haven't seen for a year or 2 years, that person will have a different value to you when you appreciate friendship, when you appreciate the broken shoes, when you appreciate anything in you. When you appreciate and you have gratitude for anything you get, remember, it's not comparison thing. It's not a comparison because that person is better. No, no, no. I'm not talking about that. Gratitude and appreciation for what you have. If you start practicing that, remember, I'm not even talking about religion here. It's only something that we are born with, and sometimes we disconnect from that. If we appreciate and feel gratitude, your life will be awesome. Really, this is simple.
That is such an important message, and what a great message to end on. What a great note to end on for everybody. Yes, practicing gratitude every day, and like sometimes I will remind myself and remind people around me. You know what? It's a choice. You can choose. You have that
Correct.
option. We have that freedom of choice
Correct.
to choose. If are we going to be happy, or are we going to look at this negatively? And what you said just now absolutely is true. Gratitude and appreciation. And the more you are grateful, the more you find things to be grateful for.
100%. 100%. Yeah, Paco.
Yes. Okay, so I know that people are probably wondering, how can they follow you? What's new coming up for you? What's new? How can people stay connected with you and follow what you're doing? What's the new project coming
Well,
up?
I mean, I've been always doing things all the time. I mean, even when the situation looks to be calmed, I'm always working, underground. There's a new single coming out. It's a Latin song called No Te Sirve Pana, coming very soon. It's like a cha-cha trap song style, and it's coming with a music video as well. So I think before the end of this year, the music video and the song will be out. My son is being part of it as well. He's rapping in one of the parts, and another Dominican artist called Mama Juana as well. Yeah, and I'm doing the project right now for an indie movie coming out soon. I cannot say the name of the movie, unfortunately, but it's gonna be out as well about the same time as I guess. I'm guessing about the same time or beginning of next year. The music and the sound effect will be from this humble servant. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. We can't wait to see it. So is it Chris Polanco? So it's Instagram at Chris Polanco, is that right?
Chris Polanco official.
Chris Polanco official. So that's Instagram,
Correct.
Chris Polanco official. So
Yes.
you follow. And you know what? I know we ran over time a little bit, but I cannot let you go without you sharing some music. Can we hear something from you a little bit?
Sure.
Yay!
I mean,
my goodness, amazing.
we mentioned that I came from Dominican Republic, and I never got to say that. Oh yeah, I said it, that I only spoke Spanish when I came. So I want to sing a little bit of a Spanish song to you guys.
I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna, before you begin, I'm gonna click myself off so we can enjoy just you. All right, and then
All right.
I'll let you have the stage. Chris Polanco, everybody.
Reloj no marques las horas, porque voy a enloquecer. Ella se irá para siempre cuando amanezca otra vez. No más nos queda esta noche para vivir este amor. Y tu tic-tac me recuerda mi irremediable dolor. Reloj, detén tu camino, porque mi vida se apaga. Ella es la estrella que alumbra mi ser. Yo sin su amor no soy nada. Detén el tiempo en tus manos. Haz de esta noche perpetua, para que nunca se vaya de mí, para que nunca amanezca.
Yes. Oh my goodness. This is what I love. I love music that, is so beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm speechless. I was just watching you back the high, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. And I love that music has that power to connect people. I mean, I've studied Spanish before, but even if we didn't understand the language, it was so touching. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and I hope that I can be an inspiration for any person that's watching this interview. And be positive. And thank you so much for having us. Thank you, really. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Yes, 100%. I'm sure that this is, and this is why we love music, right? It's just, it connects people, and even talking about it, it's inspiring. Thank you so much. 100%. Look, hi, Elle. Shafeen is online. Hey, great voices always. And Elle is beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Aurelian. Hey, Aurelian. Look, nice to see you here. Thank you for sharing, Chris. Wow. Yes, amazing. So all these people. So these are also some of my members from the Inner Circle. So guys, Inner Circle members, do not leave. Click on the Zoom link. Ask Chris. We'll have the sit-down private session for about 20 minutes. You can ask him your questions. So don't leave. And for everyone else,
see you there.
Thank you so much for watching. And again, tune in next month with another Ask the Expert episode 6 for next month. Announcement will be later on. But for now, thank you so much, Chris. Thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
And have a happy autumn festival, everybody in Hong Kong. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.